All right, good morning, Cyber Traders. Happy Thursday, everybody. Good to see you all. Pat, good to see you. Pat, everybody, everybody on YouTube and Facebook, good to see you all. Cyber Group members, are you ready for a new Thursday? What's today's date? Today is the 17th. Oof, getting a little action going on in the market right now. It looks like we're down about 189 points. A little tension going on with Russia right now. I thought that the White House said that we weren't going to get any action. Looks like we are. Oil, keep an eye on oil, and Bitcoin not doing too well. I'm a little disappointed because I did buy Coinbase a little cheap, and now we're down about $5 on it right here. So, I had this nice little push right here when it broke about 180. I got in right around about 185, I think it was, right around there. I was really looking good on it, but I guess that's the market, right? So anyway, regarding about yesterday, a couple of things did make some nice moves. We're going to talk about them. Roblox, I mean, there was a lot of stocks that took hits yesterday, and we're going to check them out. There's not that much going on right now in pre-market. I could just tell you that. I'm looking around and I'm shopping around. There's not really that much action, and that's okay because sometimes when the market opens up, if you're access to our alert service, if you're on our Twitter feed, or once again, if you're just in our trading room, we always find something. But we'll look at it and we'll see what we got going on. But let's talk about some of the stocks that we did trade yesterday. I'm going to start off with Roblox. Okay, so Roblox, right here, I'm going to bring up a 2-day chart on it. This stock got decimated, got hammered yesterday. And not only that, but the writing is on the wall. Now, I'm going to repeat this over and over and over again. I talk about this all the time, okay? I tell you this, that to be a good trader, you have to learn how to take losses. You have to. It's part of the game. You just have to know how to lose good. Because if you're one of these people and you saw the stock at 125, 137, and now you're at 112 and 100, look where you are right now. You dropped down only to $50. It's okay to take a loss. I say that all the time, and I teach it in my class because if you don't know how to take a loss, a good loss, it could put you out of business. And Roblox did exactly that. Now, I'm putting Roblox back on the watch list for the purpose of it looks like we might get a little bit of bottom fish. I like to bottom fish. I'm not talking about, just on the boat. I'm talking about bottom fishing is something that we use a terminology in trading when something gets really, really crushed and is down. Sometimes you get an influx of people averaging down or anything like that. So I don't know. Sometimes that does happen. RBLX. I'm going to put that on the watch list. Another stock that we traded yesterday was the VIAC, right? Yeah. So that stock, another one got crushed, but in this situation, it did come back a little bit, and it happened around 12 o'clock. This one ran from 28, went right back up to just about under 30, but you could see how that thing, when it opened up, right out of the gate, it was like writing on the wall. It was a perfect setup for a great short at the open. If you got in right at the open, before the open, which is what we do here in pre-market, you did really well on that short, but it was pretty fast. That it's that stock right there was more of you had to be a little more advanced on there. It's a meta stock like Facebook. Well, Facebook, I told you, Kevin, I even said about Facebook. Facebook, let me tell you, look at that long-term chart right here. What do you guys notice, cyber traders? And I know here on YouTube you don't know what this means, but what do you guys see? What do you notice? What does that look like on that long-term chart, cyber traders? That's right, Lita. Very good. Louis, Michael, it looks like a Fausto flag. And we know what happens with Fausto flags. They could be good or they could be a catastrophe. All right, so glad you brought that up. Another stock that we traded, a few other ones. I just want to hit these up pretty quickly. We have a OUST yesterday we traded. That stock had a great run going into the close. Stock was at $14 at the beginning of the year. Took a big hit. Hovered right around $3, right around 1 o'clock. If you're a middle of the day type of person, this was right up your alley. The stock had a really nice, comfortable uptrend, and it had some really nice iceberg orders out there that some of you guys capitalized on it. KSCP, another stock. Great, a new IPO that came out, came right out of the gate, right around 10 o'clock. You could see that, made a nice pop right around there. but the real big move was right around here. You had a beautiful, beautiful, and may I say it again? What do you guys see right here? What is that, everybody? Cyber traders? Exactly. Gorgeous Fausto flag. And you had plenty of time to jump on it. You had about 30 minutes, and if you got in, even if you chased it right around here, around 865, and it dropped down to 805, I mean, obviously, listen, stocks will up and go down. Boom, that thing ran all the way to about almost 10 bucks. That was an awesome, awesome Fausto flag on that one. Hook was the last one. I have this back on the watch list, too. Hook, you know, the stock took a big hit. It was a $17 stock. You could see how it came all the way down to a price right around $1.20, had some really nice gap ups. This stock right here, just be very careful. It was more of a scalp type of stock, so you got to be. That's how you had to kind of trade it. When it made that move around 2 o'clock, that's just plain old luck. All right, to get that is just, you know, that's what it's all about. All right, so anyway, that's the past. Let's focus on the future, and the future is what looks good going into this morning. So we had a couple of stocks right here. Hold on, where's my level 4? All right. Okay, so we had, there it goes on my right. Okay, so we had the MRIN. All right. Now, this stock had some pretty good news going into after hours. You could see that stock just literally just popped and went from like $3 all the way to $4.50. She's not really moving right now. I was looking over here on level 4. I'm not really seeing that much action on it. You know, not a lot of iceberg orders out there. So kind of like, maybe not, you know. So I put this on the B list. That's what I got on that one. VTNR is another one. That one just came out of nowhere early this morning. Made a nice little pop right around here, around 8:30. Ran from 510, shot up all the way to about 560. This one at least has a little bit more action. Trade about 1.4 million shares already. And you got some iceberg orders out here. Let me just make it a little brighter so you guys can see the red a little bit more. And just your eyes. By the way, for anybody here that is using level 4 Bookmap the way we use it, they did come out with a new version 3. So I'm going to do a video on it for you students if you didn't get it yet. But it got some pretty cool features. You can see you can lower the color right here and stuff like that. And they added a couple other cool features where I could see if there's a big predominant, you know, execution on a trade, stuff like that. And then also, hopefully you guys had the chance to watch one on Thinkorswim too that I did post it. I see a lot more of you guys are starting to watch it. And listen, I could say this now, I'm a little bit of a fan of using Thinkorswim because they finally got what I need to trade on it. But yeah, I'm just looking at there, and I see some action right around the 545. That looks pretty decent. What else I got? Hook. I mean, not a lot of action on that one too. Not really seeing that many buyers and sellers. You know, like Josh was telling me early, he goes, doesn't look really great out there, and I'm looking at it right now. I'm seeing if anything just popped out of the blue. AMPL. It's another one. This one's getting hammered, crushed, and there is one good bright lining on this one. There is a big order out here for 4,000, but you notice that the tier size are really, really small cyber traders. You got to be careful when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Because that means the spread is bigger. Let me just tell you what happened to me yesterday. Okay, yesterday I was just telling Josh and some of you in the trading room. I almost got crushed yesterday. What happened was I traded a stock. It went against me, and all of them were really good losses. I would have actually lost maybe 5 times what I'm usually looking to lose, but I was down about 2 times more. That, remember, we teach you what your threshold. I got into this one stock yesterday, and some of you know which one I'm talking about. The stock was down about 70 points, and I thought it was going to get on a bottom fish. It started going up, and the stock had like a 2.5 point spread. Okay, you do the math. You buy 1,000 shares, you're down 2,500 like that, and the stock was moving $2 to $3 intervals, and I was really getting a crush. I'm like, oh my god, I just blew up my whole. I literally almost lost blew up almost my month. You know, that one trade, and thank God it came back. I got out. I literally just made a couple $100 being down several thousand. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm finished. And the stock did go up, and I went back to it. It ended up going down a lot more. But listen, sometimes you got to know when you got to cut your battles. And I got lucky yesterday, and I'm not ashamed to say that. And that's what happens. But you can't be lucky in trading, okay? This is all skill. You got to know how to cut your losses. But if it's not there, it's not there, you know? And I like to talk about losers more than the winners because the winners just take care of themselves. A couple other stocks on here that are on the list. FSLY, okay? That one, another stock getting crushed, okay? Spread, it's okay. It's got some good. You can see it's starting to make a little bit of a comeback. Remember, some of these stocks that are ECNs don't come back. So you got to be a little cautious of those stocks. But some of these stocks that aren't, they do come back a little bit. So this one's moving pretty nicely. Did I bring up the ATUS? No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. MDJH came up on my watch list. Another stock. I might take this off. Forget it. Scratch. Because you know what? The stock had a nice move yesterday. Let me bring it up. You could see how it gapped up a little bit, and it came back down. So if anything, I'm putting this on the C list. I'm not even putting it on the B list, okay? What else? Did I get everything? Oh, yeah, I think I got everything right. Did I talk about Dash? I'm going to bring up Dash, right? So everybody knows Dash, right? DoorDash. This stock is a new IPO. Stock, I mean, had a really nice run from like 150, ran to like 250, took a big hit down to 100. I mean, I haven't been watching it, I haven't looked at it in a long time, but my God, that's a pretty substantial drop from 250 down to 100, DoorDash. So listen, you want to trade expensive stocks, you basically, it could still go down, 250 points. All right, so that's what I got to be concerned about. Anything else I'm missing? Side list, PLTR down today, flat right now from Michael. The PLTR took a huge hit right here. Yeah, it is flat. I saw that. It's on the most active on the New York Stock Exchange. I'll put this on the B list. But we've traded PLTR a lot of times. You know this stock very, very well. I actually had a student of mine that, a little sad story, he wanted to take Cybertrain University's class, and but he was all tied up in this one stock. His broker, he had to sell the stock, and he was making a lot of money on the stock. Okay, a lot when I say it, and I don't like to talk about numbers, but let's just say it was a lot. And he would call me up out of the blue, Fausto, we take a PLTR. I said, listen, I can't talk to you on the phone. You got to get into the class, and I got to teach you how to trade these things, because listen, what happens if the thing tanks on you? And you know what? Look what happened in November. He had about several months, and now, believe it or not, a stock that he had as a winner is becoming a huge loser for him, and he lost it all. It all comes about in having a game plan, but we know the stock, and we know the stock very well. It's very, very volatile, so be careful of that one. What else that we got going on right here? MTTR. Did I bring that one up? No, I didn't bring that one. I saw that one, but I think I passed on it, Chris. I wasn't too crazy about it. You can put it on your C list. We'll put it on the watch list. MPM, garbage. I don't even know why we're looking at this, Chuck. Not really doing absolutely nothing, okay? What else we got? Crashing right now. Chuck is talking. Oh, the BKKT, the one we've been trading. I don't know if I call that crashing, but yes, it is down. Well, it did drop $1. We know the stock very well. Very volatile, Chuck. Okay. Listen, one of the students, and it's funny. I'm going to bring up Bill Ireland. I love you, Bill. Bill was talking about. He private chats to me yesterday, and he's talking about Fausto. What we remember we were talking yesterday about Ford. Let me bring up Ford, and we were talking about Ford, and one of the lessons I've always learned, and I learned from my mentors, always taught me, is you don't go back to the stock, okay? You don't go back to it. I don't know if you guys, when you trade a lot, you'll notice you'll get a list of your, at the end of the year, they'll basically aggregate every time you trade that stock. Like some of us trade maybe 20. I mean, some of us trade 100 trades a day. You know what I mean? Even if you traded 10 trades a day, whatever it is. But if you trade that stock like 20, 50, 100 times over the course of the year, they'll aggregate it. So they'll say, okay, you trade the stock, you trade 10,000 shares, regardless of one share or 10 shares, 10,000 versus 10,000, and it'll say equal, it'll say plus or minus. I don't know if you ever do a end of the year of your run, and you'll see, like, sometimes I go back, like, I was a big fan of 3Com. I don't know if you remember 3Com. That was like my stock. I used to trade it. At the end of the year, I looked at it, and my mentor taught me, and he says, you see, how did you do on it? I must have traded over $1 million worth of several $1 million worth of that stock. And at the end of the year, I think I end up being positive, maybe about $1,500. After all that work, I'm like, wow, and I thought I really knew how to trade that stock. So don't go back to the old girlfriend, the old boyfriend, the old wife, or husband, or car, whatever it is. There's so many stocks out there to trade. Let's go out there and always find something new, because I got suckered in, which you guys know very well, which is dryers. I made a lot of money on dryers, and it was a shipping stock, and we all know how that ended up with me. I ended up giving back a lot of that big profit that I had, because I thought whatever. And then listen, I make mistakes all the time, and I'm not embarrassed to say that. But that's something like I said, Bill, I want to share with everybody in the room, because sometimes I don't like to send you guys emails. I like to say, you know what, I'm going to talk about in the morning meeting, and I wanted to share it with you. But listen, be very careful today. This war, if it does happen against Ukraine, look for oil to go up. There's rumors going on that the Fed's going to raise not a quarter, but a half, because inflation is at a 40-year high. I mean, there's just so many bad news. And remember, where there's bad news, there's great opportunities for us traders out there. So let's go out there and make money, everybody. And if you see something, say something. And don't forget another thing before I go. Josh posted a new video on cryptocurrency. Please go out there, like it, watch it. If you're a crypto fan, go out there and do it. Alex on YouTube, just listen, you could always make sure you subscribe to us. And if you do have a question, we'll give you my email there. It's at fausto@ctucorp.com. And I'll post this banner. So listen, we're live every morning here at 9 a.m. and 2:30. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. We'll start trading in the next few minutes. So like I said, you see something, say something. And, like I said, if you see us on YouTube, you want to come and join us, do a trial. Otherwise, we'll see you back here at 2:30. Thanks, everybody.